So today's video is going to be my lesson with Inky, as well as at the end I'm going to be explaining what's going on with Crystal, the injury update. If you follow my Instagram, you know some details. I left some questions on my Instagram story for you guys to ask me about Crystal that you really want to know or that I didn't cover in my Instagram post. So I'll be answering those at the end, with obviously Crystal's my special guest. So my lesson with Inky is going to be a little voiceover of our first jump in 3 weeks, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. I was really happy with how I was really happy with how Inky jumped in his lesson. He was amazing. I was just really chuffed, so please check it out. It's really fun. And also, like I said, at the end I'm going to be answering all the questions you have about Crystal, what's going on with her injury, what's going on with the future. Are some exciting things happening with her? Who knows? Watch the end of the video to find out. Hi guys, so these videos are going to be my lesson on Inky. It was both of our first jump in 3 weeks, as we had 2 weeks of snow and ice, which meant that our arena had frozen and we weren't able to barely ride, let alone jump. So starting off with just popping a few warm-up fences, he was actually very good. As you saw, he did a little buck at the beginning, but that was about it. He didn't really buck all that much, which I was very impressed with, because when he's excited, he does tend to buck quite a bit. So he managed to keep it together, and my instructor was really helpful. We did loads of really good exercises, and it was an amazing session, really. So I hope you guys enjoy. I'm going to do some voiceovers of what we're doing. At the moment, we're just warming up over a single fence. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. Now we move on to just jumping an oxer on its own before we start putting some fences together. This time I got a little bit deep. Luckily Inky saved my butt there, but I came around again and actually got a much better stride with a better canter this time, and he jumped it really lovely. This time we actually put 3 fences together, starting with the oxer, got a decent shot to that and he jumped it really well, landing on the correct lead. And then I came around just to a small upright. I held him way too much and we got quite deep into it. Luckily, because it's small, he just popped over. But that is a bit of an issue of mine. When I panic on a stride, I tend to just hold them. And I did it again here, and as you can see, I held too much with my right rein, so he was not straight into the fence. So I decided to do 2 of those fences again, and got a much better shot to the first one. And my instructor stood, as you'll see in a minute, to make me get a better line to the second one, and we were a lot straighter, and he jumped it a lot better. This was our first attempt at the course and this dog leg here, which actually went a lot better than expected, but this corner I completely messed up. As you can see, Inky threw his head around a bit, which is what happens when I'm not balancing him enough, and we got a little bit deep into that one. But it wasn't too bad for first go at the course. He jumped through this double really nicely and landed on the correct lead, which is difficult sometimes because we don't often land on the left lead correctly because that's both of our weaker rein. But he has been recently, after doing lots of grid work and strengthening ourselves, which has been really nice to see our improvement. But he did jump through this course really nicely the first time. Could have been better though. This time was a lot better. We had the placing pole off the dog leg and we still got nice and straight to it, and this corner was much improved, and resulting in that we got a better shot to the purple. And we were just a lot more connected and balanced. Again, he jumped through this... Oh, actually, I was about to say jump through the double, but I actually went wrong this time with the course, and I went over the white, and I was confused as to why I went the wrong way. And if you're wondering why the videoing is a bit shaky, it's because our dogs were doing this the whole time. Now you'll notice we have a couple of placing poles throughout the session, and it's normally because halfway through the session Inky gets very keen into the course, doing the same one over and over. So it just helps sit him back a little bit while we're still, again, learning with each other. We've only been together 3 months, so still sussing him out, but it's a little thing we found works. He jumped this fence so beautifully, like he really jumped that lovely. And he sat up and jumped through this double again, really lovely. I was so happy with how he jumped around this time.
Isla, here. Here.
see my instructor standing in random places, it's to get me straighter to the fences because I tend to cut corners. So she always tells me to go round the outside of her, as you'll see here, because I'm never straight enough. And here he actually got a little bit quick into this one, so we did get a bit underneath the fence, even though the placing pole was there. But this double off the corner with the placing pole was really, really helpful because it was quite tight off the corner and it was really helping us sit for a correct stride. And this time I just came to these two last ones on their own, just because, again, like I mentioned earlier, he was getting very, very keen towards the end of the session and I was getting tired. So we just wanted to pop through these two nice and steady before we finished. Hello everyone, here's Crystal. You've all missed her. Today is going to be a Crystal catch up. So I asked you guys some questions on my Instagram story of what you wanted to know about Crystal, what's happening with her, the future, her injury update, all that. So I'm going to answer that right now and hopefully clear everything up so you know what's going on with her. And hopefully Crystal's going to cooperate and stand in the frame and not be grumpy, but who knows. So the first question, is she healed completely? Yes, she is. We had her scan done by our vet and she had a look at her tendon and obviously scanned it, and she's 100% healed. She's all back to normal now, so she has no pain whatsoever. She's completely sound, and we can start with some light riding and slowly bring her back into work. The second question is, what are the chances of her getting injured again? Unfortunately, with tendon injuries, there's always a chance that they can be injured again because each injury they have makes it slightly weaker than it was before. Crystal, as you all know, had a tendon injury in 2019 and this is her second tendon injury. Unfortunately, it isn't anyone's fault. It kind of is just how tendon injuries go. Apart from fully retiring them, they are likely to re-injure it. But I'm going to be so careful with her. She's only going to be in light work, so hopefully we can avoid ever having a re-injury. Another commonly asked question is, will I ever jump her again? And the answer is yes. Which was very surprising for me. My vet said to me that if all goes well between bringing her back into work between now and summer, she expects Crystal to be jumping by summertime, which is more than I could ever have hoped for. It would be really lovely to do the odd jump on her every now and then. She won't be in regular jump work, like for example I jump mine when they're in full work 1 to 2 times a week. She won't be doing that, she won't be jumping that much. Another question is, will she ever compete again? The answer is no, I'm not going to compete Crystal anymore. Who knows, maybe in the future I'll do a little summer show, a local show that has some fun classes to do, but in regards to show jumping and eventing, she is completely retired from all of that. I really prioritise the fact that I want her to stay sound and not have another tendon injury and keep her in hacking and light and fun work, so I'm gonna put the competing aside. She's competed for years and years and years and done me so proud. She doesn't owe me anything else. How big will I be able to jump her once she's healed? Again, there is no set height. Previously, before Crystal had any tendon injuries, I was regularly jumping around 120, 115 courses and competing her at BE 100. We're not going to be doing all that ever again, but I would love to be able to jump, I don't know, some 80 centimetre fences on her, maybe some 90 centimetre every now and then. Like I said, I honestly don't know. I don't have a set plan. I'm not too fussed about how high I jump or how often I jump. It's probably just going to be more of a spur of the moment thing when I do pop a fence on her every now and then. But her jumping days are pretty much over. Not completely, but like I said, there's no desire or need to do any big fences with her anymore. I've done all my big fences on her and now I just want her to live a happy, chilled life. So what will be my process in bringing her back into work? Well, Crystal's going to be in very light work to start with. There's the motorbike. My vet thinks that Crystal will be able to jump by the summer, so in the meantime we're going to take it very slowly. At the moment she's just walking under saddle and we're going to build up to very short trot intervals, do a little bit of hacking over a few months, get her trotting properly and then eventually cantering under saddle. Like I said, we're taking it very slowly. We're going to be very careful. The last thing I'd want to do is rush her recovery. There really is no rush. I want Inky to compete and jump on. Crystal now is just here because I adore her and she's never going anywhere. That was another question. Is she ever going to be sold? No. Like I've always said, don't start pouring, I know you're bored. Like I've always said, Crystal is going to be with me forever. I'm never ever going to sell her. She's stuck with me, annoying her for the rest of her life, so sorry about that. And the very final question, which you've all been asking me, which is what you're dying to know, and no doubt why you clicked on this video. am I going to put Crystal in vol? This has been something I've avoided answering very pointedly, as I'm sure you've all noticed, seeing as I've ignored all questions regarding such matters. To be honest, maybe. Who knows? Currently, no. But who knows what the future will bring? Sorry to not really give you a proper answer on that one, but there's a lot of things maybe happening, no decisions made yet. Who knows whether we'll have a little baby Crystal? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe. That is all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope I cleared up all your questions about Crystal and answered as much as I could. If you have any more questions about her, feel free to comment them below. I'll answer them as best I can. And I hope you enjoyed watching my lesson with Inky. I'm sorry I've been a little bit dead on YouTube recently. I promise I'll get back to it soon. And you'll see more of Crystal. I'll try and involve her in my videos, even though she's not doing much. But yes, look forward to more videos. I've got some exciting stuff coming out and I hope you will enjoy it. Crystal's licking my hand. Anyway, Crystal's getting bored now. I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys for watching.